Ammonium nitrate catches fire and explodes at the West fertilizer plant 2 years ago. The sound of that blast could be heard more than 80 miles away.
And looking back, some lawmakers are shocked that the fertilizer plant had a liability insurance policy for only $1 million. There's currently no Texas law requiring these facilities to have any liability insurance.
KXAN's Phil Prazen reports there's at least one lawmaker who wants to change that.
Massive, just like Iraq.
Those came in on me, the roof came in on me, the ceiling came.
Images of an ammonium nitrate fertilizer plant exploding in the small town of West still linger 2 years later. The blast did more than $230 million in property damage and claimed 15 lives. 10 of them firefighters.
I was just really surprised. I mean, you and I, we drive cars. We have liability insurance or some form of insurance.
Austin Democrat Eddie Rodriguez says the West Fertilizer facility only had $1 million in liability insurance to pay for the damages caused by an accident. He filed a bill to require such plants to have adequate insurance.
Can potentially be a dangerous situation that I think should require sufficient insurance.
If passed, the law would authorize the Texas Department of Insurance to decide what amount of coverage would be adequate, based on risk factors and the population of the surrounding area.
We think this is important, and we think it's important enough to put into state law.
It's a proactive attempt to improve safety and prepare. If an accident like West happens again, the facility would pick up more of the tab. Phil Prazen, KXAN News.
Now, this bill has had a public hearing. The author expects it to come to a vote. There are 74 companies storing more than 10,000 pounds of ammonium nitrate in our area. This map shows some of those businesses. After spending more than a year at the site of the blast, federal investigators say more regulations could have prevented this disaster. Approximately 60,000 pounds of ammonium nitrate caused the explosion in West. Investigators say the plant did not have sprinklers because it was not required to do so. They also say the wooden containers were combustible and likely made that fire worse. Despite their year-long investigation, officials never determined the cause of the initial fire.